Hello Pisces, welcome to Sunshine Swan Intuition. My name is Kyliann and I'm going to be doing your 2023 summer prediction reading. This will be for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Also, cross watchers are welcome. Those of you who have a Pisces in your life, this is for you as well to see what's going on with your Pisces. So very quickly, before we get into the reading, the very clear and distinct, almost not singular, but it's just very distinct, very clear message for Pisces for this summer. It actually came to me as a Drake song, which I don't listen to Drake, but it's his oldie but a goodie, Just Hold On, We're Going Home. I just feel, just hold on. Like, it's literally what the lyrics say, just hold on, we're going home. It's hard to do these things alone. Blah, 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 whatever. But just the feeling of that song, how it's kind of like, it's slow, it's cool, it's collected. It's just tap into that energy, Pisces, of knowing that what you desire and what you want is coming. I absolutely love Pisces. If you couldn't tell, I'm very excited to do this reading. And I didn't even mean to, but when I was picking out my clothes this morning, I clearly picked a very Pisces color. And I do actually associate this blue specifically with Pisces, like a blue and a pink. But anyways, okay, so Pisces, we are going to tap into your current energies to see if the reading resonates with you. This is a general reading, so not all of the messages will resonate with everybody. If you feel that none of the messages in this video pertain to you or are for you, then you can check my other videos and look at your other placements. For all of them, I did do Sun, Moon, and Rising. Those were the energies. They are the strongest to me when I'm tapping into people's, in terms of birth chart astrology energies. So yeah, so for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, let's get into your current energies, see if this reading is for you. If it sounds like you, then I'm gonna pull some cards. I'm gonna pull some cards to see what's gonna happen for your summer. First one right out the gate for your current energy that just fell out of the deck is the Five of Pentacles. To me, that just means I heard belly of the beast. You are in the belly of the beast. You are you're in the thick of it. It's not necessarily a bad thing. I actually feel like when you start to go through shit, like all of the heavy stuff is kind of at the beginning. It's like adjusting to the period of like the trudging on, but like if I feel like you've kept trudging on, and that's the best thing you can do when you're going through something heavy. But I feel like you're kind of at I just heard the midway point. So kind of like you're about to reach the summit. To me, when you're like, okay, let's just use this for example, because I'm seeing a mountain. You're climbing the mountain. To me, the midway point is actually when you reach the summit. And then the other half of the journey is going back down. And that's when all the good stuff happens. It's kind of like when you get to the top of the mountain, to me, in terms of like this energy that I'm reading, it's like you finally have come to this point where you've let go, you've surrendered, and you're free of resistance, because now you're going to go down the hill, and that doesn't take nearly as much energy to climb up the hill as it does to go down. So that's what I feel for the current energies. Let's pull a couple more. But I am seeing a mountain. Something about winter. Maybe this cycle that you have started began in the winter. The world. Yeah. The world is the 21st card in the major arcana. It is the last card, meaning it is the end of a cycle, the completion of the cycle. The sun really just got really bright when I said that. I want to cry, but like it's like truth tears. I just feel like you have come to the end of this cycle of whatever you've been going through, and that's why I feel like you've reached the summit. It's not the end of this story that you're going through. I think of life kind of actually as books. And in each book, there's multiple chapters. You can even divide it into parts, like part 1, part 2. But you have come to... I think you're coming to the end of the first book in a series. That's kind of what I'm picking up on. So it's like it's the end of this cycle. It's the world. It's the completion of this book, but the story is not completely over. It's almost like this journey that you've been on for however long, or not very long. I feel like it's been book 1 of 2. And book 1 was kind of like, holy shit, you've been going through a lot of shit. Also, you have the 2 of Wands and the Prince of Wands. The 2 of Wands in this deck is very I mean, I love the 2 of Wands. I don't know why. I think I always say it, but actually, you know what? I think every single sign so far, because I've done all of them except for Aries, I think all of them at one point or another have gotten the 2 of Wands. To me, the 2 of Wands is kind of like you're standing at the threshold of something new. It's kind of because in the Rider Waite Smith, he's holding the world in his hands and he's standing between the 2 wands, looking out into the sea, into the future. To me, in this deck, actually the 2 wands are coming out of the astrology birth chart wheel, and it has all 12 of the signs. But in the center of the 2 wands is the sun. To me, the sun is life, it's vitality. Yes, it's joy and happiness, but the sun to me is so, I mean, obviously I'm Sunshine Swan Intuition. The sun is so important to me. And the light. I just feel like, oh my gosh, and there's the mountains. You guys, I didn't even realize. And you know what? There's mountains in the 5 of Pentacles too. That's funny. I was seeing you climbing the mountain. You're at the summit right now. Yeah, I feel like you're at the end of book 1 of 2. So it's good because you've completed this story, this segment of the entire story. But I feel like book 2 is going to be, I want to say really easy, but it's not quite it is going to be easy, but it's not necessarily that. It's just you going back down the hill. It's almost like, we'll pull more cards and, you know, see what exactly I'm picking up on. But, I feel like you going back down the hill, you're gonna see everything that you climbed. You're gonna see all of the things that you've been through. You're gonna have a lot of like mile markers, like all these milestones that you're gonna look back on, and you're gonna see how much spiritual work you've done. You're gonna see how far you've come, whether, you know, you've been on, maybe for some of you, I just heard a weight loss journey. Maybe, you know, you're gonna have a couple moments where you find your old pair of pants and you're like, holy shit, I used to fit in these and now I can fit in one of the pant legs. Or maybe, you know, there is something though with like the body, the physical. I am really picking up on, this might be very specific and only pertaining to one person, but there's something very specific about a Pisces physical being. It might be that you've been through, and I'm not a doctor, so please don't take any medical advice. It's not what I'm talking about. This is all energetic. But maybe perhaps you have realized in book 1, you've realized that you want to be healthy, you want to be vital, you want to live longer, and the time that you're alive in your 40s and 50s and 60s, you want to be more healthy and more vital and physically stronger, mentally and emotionally more developed than you were in the earlier part of your life. To me, I feel like that especially happens with women. There's just something where it's like, as we get older, we kind of let go of, you know, wanting to look a certain way and like fit a certain, I don't know, image or stereotype of, you know, whatever. I feel like when we get older, it becomes more about being physically strong and healthy, which is a beautiful thing. And that can pertain to, you know, all types of whatever, you know. And so maybe book 2 is you're gonna get down to the size that you want, or you're going to be able to lift X amount of pounds. I don't know. Take it if it resonates, if it doesn't, but I was just really picking up something specific on like health and the physical body. The last card that you got was the Prince of Wands. To me, I see he's got the sun too. To me, the Prince of Wands is kind of like, he's going after exactly what he wants. He knows what he's going to create. It's kind of at the threshold. It's at the beginning of the creative story, but he's kind of already figured out maybe an outline of what he wants. Now he's just going to go after it, and he's just going to do it, which I love that energy, Pisces. Especially for you. I love a fiery Pisces who, I feel like Pisces, you kind of go through like not knowing at all what to do or what's going on, and you kind of just like, you know, and it's fine, you know, you kind of just are floating and you're having, you know, you're just kind of not just there, but I just feel like this really light energy of, oh, okay, the bird. But then as soon as like you guys figure out what it is you want to do, it's like your imagination, your power, your intuition, there is no touching that. There is no competing with that. And you guys have that fire, you have that Prince of Wands energy where you know exactly what it is. You're going to create it. And I have no doubt about that. So it's honestly really exciting. I feel that your energy actually is very peaceful. Queen of Pentacles. That's creating prosperity. That's creating exactly what you want. That's, to me, that's the Queen of Pentacles kind of is she's mastered the law of attraction. She's mastered manifestation. She knows how to ask the universe and God whatever it is that she's desiring and wanting. And she's also mastered the second part of that, which is being open and receptive and keeping herself in the love light, in the good space of being open and always putting herself in optimal positions, taking care of herself, always doing things to make herself feel good, having good thoughts, positive thoughts, which you think you become. It's kind of self-awareness, but it's just like really, it's just the mastery of law of attraction. I don't know why, that's always what I associate with the Queen of Pentacles. So all right, Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, we are going to pull cards to see what is going to come about for you this summer. It is June, so this will be June, July, August, maybe the beginning of September. I'm still seeing those mountains. I don't know. I mean, I know they're on the back of this card too. And on the front, the Star Tarot, the Hermit. Virgo energy, that's your sister sign. I don't know. All right, let's get into it, Pisces. I'm feeling a lot of like it's like self-centered energy where you feel like you're in control, but it's not like a gripping control. It's just like you're just aware, like you know what's going on. You know what you're going to do, you know what you're going after, and you're kind of calm about it, which is really great. I really love that. I feel really calm right now. The moon. Pisces. Okay. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. What is coming about for Pisces this summer? Sun, Moon, Rising. Pisces. What's going to happen for Pisces this summer? What are their energies? Okay, I do want to take this card. I don't know why. Six of Wands. That's a victory. So for me to want to just pull that out of the middle of the deck. Six of Wands. You're right into a victory. which is kind of what I felt at the beginning. It's like you're writing into the next book. You've completed it, you know, whatever you've been through. There's a sun in it too. There's a sun inside of the heart. There's something about you with the sun. Do I have it here? No. Okay. Well, no worries. But there is a lot. See, in the King of Wands, wow, you have a lot of wands. It's a lot of fire, a lot of creation. You have 2 kings. No. Oh yeah, 3 kings. I'm sorry, 2 kings. You have the King of Swords and the King of Wands. That is, to me, that combination actually with these 2 kings, that's like, that's you being in a position of power and creation. You know what you want to create. You know that you have the power to do it, and you're going to do it. And they're kings. So they're like, it's my decision. That is my choice, my decision. This is what I want. You also have the Magician. That's magic. That's mastery over all of these suits of pentacles, wands, swords, and what am I missing? Pentacles, wands, swords. Pentacles, wands, swords. What am I forgetting? Oh, that's important. Pentacles, wands, swords. Oh my gosh, pentacles, wands, swords. Why am I forgetting? Cups, which is emotion. Okay, so that's interesting. Pisces. Huh, that was weird. I like totally drew a blank. So that's important. I feel like I want to remind you, Pisces, that all emotions, whether they're good or bad, whether it's sadness, whether it's happiness, grief or sorrow, or pleasure or ecstasy, or just all of it, all of the array of emotions. Emotion is energy. So whatever you're wanting to create, take your emotion, whatever it is, put it through this, your little magical, because you're the magician. To me, you are the magician this summer. What you're doing, alchemize all of those emotions and just purely extract the fact that it's energy and use it to create and to manifest what it is that you want. Because to me, if anyone can alchemize their emotions, regardless if it is sadness or it is happiness or whatever, and you can turn it into energy to propel yourself and to create and to manifest the life, whether it's this desire, that desire, this person, this experience, this job, whatever it is, that is so powerful. That is raw, sheer, natural, innate power. And I feel like Pisces, I feel like you guys could do that easier than any of the other signs, because you guys are at the end of the cycle. You've been through them all. You've gained all the wisdom. You're so close. It's almost like, to me, babies and elderly people, because they're so close to the veil of like the other side of whatever is on the other side of, being alive, the human experience. They're so close to that cusp of the beyond that the veil is thinner. So children, that's why they're so imaginative. That's why they're so playful. That's why they're so they seem, right, not in touch with reality, but there's kind of some strength to that. And you kind of see that as people get older, kind of like what I was saying earlier with, women specifically and like body image and things like that. We become less concerned with the physical appearance, but we want to become stronger and healthier. And I'm kind of relating that to when we're children, we want to play and create and imagine, and we go through life and we kind of, it's kind of force fed for us to let go of those things and get real and have a reality check and become an adult, whatever the hell that means. But then once we go through all of that and we start to, our mind, our bodies start to regress when we become elderly people, it's almost like, I feel like older people who like kind of like lose their minds, are they really like losing their minds, or are they just losing that sense of attachment to the human experience because they're starting to remember what they knew as children when they had just come through that other side and they're about to go back to that other side? I'm feeling like that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like you guys are going through like a rebirth. And it's like you've gone through that life cycle. Like you're now in that phase of being an elderly person, and it's like you've regressed, whatever, going back to being a child and not connected to like societal reality, but you're like your own reality and creating magic. You also here have the Wheel of Fortune. To me, the Wheel of Fortune says spin the wheel and see what happens. It did fall out with the Knight of Wands. You got the Knight of Wands. You had the Prince of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and you have the King of Wands. That is a whole lot of creative energy. You also have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is kind of like you made it through the battle. You made it through the trek. Now you're at the summit, okay? You might have, you know, some broken toes. You might be a little bruised from whatever battle you've been through. Maybe some hurt feelings. I don't know. Maybe you went through a heartbreak, but now it's kind of starting to heal, or you're gaining perspective on it now. Your heart's maybe still a little broken, but you've kind of come out of that pain where it's all you can feel and all you can see, and now you're starting to gain that perspective. But the fact, I'm sorry, I got off track. The fact that you had the Wheel of Fortune with the Knight of Wands coming in at the same time, to me, that's kind of like, go for it. Whatever ideas, whatever things that you have ideas for, that you want to create, if you want to start a new job, start the new job. I really feel like you know exactly what you're doing. You also have the Princess of Pentacles, and you had the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like also with all of this divine feminine and divine masculine energy, you're very well balanced, and that's like in my body somatically, tapped into Pisces right now. I feel very my energy feels very centered, which is great because that means that you guys are balanced. That means that you can see things clearly. You're gonna make good decisions. You have the King of Swords, and you have a lot of good ideas, King of Wands. You have a lot of power, a lot of emotion. It's funny, I forgot the Cups though. That's really interesting. So maybe that message is don't forget your emotions. I mean, Pisces, you're so emotional. Your emotions to me are who you are. They are what make you a Pisces. So don't lose touch of that. I always want to tell Pisces, don't get lost in the sauce. But for some reason, I'm wanting to tell you to get lost in the sauce. Very quickly, I don't usually do this. In your shadow though, so the bottom of the deck to me is like what's in your shadow, like what's kind of in the subconscious. You have the Ace of Pentacles. You have the Hermit, which is Virgo, which is funny because I pointed it out on the front of the deck. The Six of Cups, which is family. It's kind of nostalgic. And you also have the Lovers. You have a Virgo lover. Maybe you've been hiding from love, but there's an opportunity with this Ace of Pentacles that you can't resist. I do feel that. Because when you are on your, as Abraham Hicks says, on your high-flying disc, and you're just focused on yourself, you're not looking for love. Maybe you want it, but you're not like looking for it. You're totally focused on yourself. You're focused on your new job. You're focused on your project. When you are least expecting something of that magnitude to happen, that is exactly when it happens. When you are in the mode of feeling good all the time, and you're kind of like la-di-da-di-da-di-da, beautiful Pisces, beautiful mind, I'm just doing my own thing. That is when the good shit shows up, when you are least expecting it. So that is what I feel with the bottom of these cards. Okay, Queen of Swords. You had the King and Queen of Swords. You guys are bad bitches this summer. I'm gonna get one more card. I don't know why. We'll see. Summer energies. 7 of Pentacles. You guys are looking at what has worked and what hasn't in the past. In terms of whatever, so like when you go into your next book, or when you go back down the hill, you're gonna be looking at all the things that you've accomplished and the things that you tried, but might not have completed exactly the way that you wanted them to turn out. Sevens to me are about reflection, introspection. You have the Sun on the bottom of the deck. There it is. There it is. And 3 of Wands. Okay. You know what, you guys? Pisces, I think all I'm trying to say to you in this reading is keep going. Just hold on, we're going home. You might be not alone. I don't think you're necessarily alone, but I think this journey that you're on really has everything to do with yourself, your soul's karmic journey. And it's not that people won't be there alongside you and supporting you and loving you, but nobody else can do the things that you're going to do. You have to do it all for yourself. And everything that you do for yourself, it's gonna be so rewarding too when you can complete and accomplish all of these, whatever these things are. There's some reason I can't exactly get into what it is that you guys are doing or trying to accomplish, and maybe that's because you guys are keeping it under wraps, and maybe that's also a message. It's just to, you don't have to tell everybody your every move. You don't owe an explanation of who you are, what you're doing to anyone, Pisces. I really want to tell you that. And I think focusing on yourself is the most important thing. And because you know what to do, Pisces. When you figure it out, there's no stopping you. So that's how I feel. Let's get into your subconscious and see what messages your subconscious would like to tell you. I kind of have a feeling a lot of cards are going to come out because you guys are Pisces, and you guys, to me, have a huge subconscious, just a vast field. I'm seeing like this purple energetic field of like all of these like beautiful things and messages. So let's tap into that real quick and see what messages your subconscious wants you to know. Advice. Pisces, subconscious advice. Pisces, what does your subconscious want to tell you? Pisces, what does your subconscious want to tell you? Jeez. Okay, well. Okay. 3 of Cups. Fell. That is a celebration, my dear. Celebrate. Oh my gosh. So you have 3 cups, 3 of Pentacles, and on the very bottom of the deck, you also have the 3 of Wands. That's 3 threes. I like that. That's good energy right there. To me, that represents just do it. Like, I just feel like you're in it. You're on top of the mountain. Yeah. Let's see. The one right in front of me, beautiful, is Justice. You are going to be justified in whatever you've been through in this first book. I feel like you guys have been on a long journey. I don't know. That's what I'm feeling. And I feel like justice is going to be served. There's also a peacock behind her. Peacock is divine masculine, but it's, okay, sorry Pisces, my phone stopped. Okay, Interesting. So maybe that was book 1, and now this is book 2. And book 1 opening, or I'm sorry, book 2 opening act, first chapter, Justice. I was telling you about the peacock. The peacock actually kind of makes a screaming noise, and there is the legend or the lore that goes with that is the peacock is still beautiful. It's got, you know, the beautiful feathers, and it's extravagant, but its feet are extremely ugly. So the lore is that the peacock looks down at his feet and sees how ugly it is, and he screams. To me, that's kind of like, you're just acknowledging, to me, that's going back down the hill. That's acknowledging that even though you have come into this beauty, you've come into your power, and you're at the top of the summit, you have the clarity, you've been through the storm, you've made it through the climb, you've been up the hill, you've made it through the resistance, and you might, Pisces, you know, very connected to feet. I feel like you're gonna look down at your feet and go, holy shit, my feet, they hurt, they're so ugly. Like, you've been through a lot, is basically what I'm trying to say. It's not ugly, it's to get your beautiful peacock feathers and to be able to have that clarity, and you're gonna now go back down the hill. To me, your feet, screaming at your feet, I don't know why I'm really tapping into that peacock energy, but to me, screaming at your feet is kind of like, it's like your banshee call of like, holy shit, I did it. Like, I've been through so much, but I did it. And it's kind of like your trophy, like your feet going through shit is kind of like your trophy of saying like, yeah, I fucking did that. The very first card that came out when I asked your subconscious, what it wanted to tell you was the High Priestess. The High Priestess is about mystery, intuition. To me, she sees directly into the subconscious. If there was a subconscious card directly, I feel like it would be the High Priestess. I feel like there's this sort of exploring in yourself that does mirror and connect to the outside world that your subconscious kind of wants you to maybe like look into a little bit. That's what I'm feeling with that. Let's see. 7 of Cups. There you go. Introspection of your emotions. That validates that. Knight of Swords, Queen of Cups, 2 of Cups. That's beautiful. It's divine counterpart. You guys, you know what? You guys might be coming into such alignment with yourself that in book 2, like, it's not that's the objective of book 2, which is exactly when it happens, but you're gonna find your soulmate. You're gonna find your divine counterpart, and this might even actually be with yourself, your 2 of Cups. You finally might be coming into union with your inner being, your higher self, your heart. It's kind of like mind, body, and soul is coming all into connection. Knight of Swords, Queen of Cups, Queen of Love. Knight of Swords is kind of like kicking ass. It's kind of like, I feel like for you, Pisces, specifically, the Knight of Swords is you standing up for yourself. That's specifically what I got with that. Very clear cut. Prince of Swords. So these two go together. Prince of Swords. Yeah. You guys are sticking up for yourself. You're sticking up for what you want. You now, in this whole reading, you've gotten the Prince of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Swords. So Swords is logic. It's air energy. Maybe you have a lot of air in your chart. But to me, it is just signifying like you have clarity. That's what I feel. You have clarity. You did get the Tower card, but to me, and what is sticking out the most to me is the dove, with the olive branch or the wreath in its beak. To me, your subconscious wanted you to see that Tower card because it wants you to know that that's what you've been through. But I think it's done. That's how I feel, anyways. Oh my gosh, the 3 that fell out together, the Lovers, the Princess of Cups, and the 10 of Cups. Yeah, you guys, and you got 2 of Cups and Queen of Cups. and Justice. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Chariot, which is movement. That's taking your destiny into your own hands, but you also got it with the Moon, which is your energy. That's emotion. That's, yeah. You guys, I think you're just gonna fall in love with life again. That's how I feel. I love this. I'm even gonna put it with these two because I want to put it in the thumbnail if I can. Pisces, I don't do love readings, but I just feel like, I feel so giddy. Like, and it's not even like what you guys are trying to accomplish. It's not even your objective, but it's happening. That's why it's happening. Okay. All right, cute little Pisces. Now, to tie off your reading, I would like to do an Oracle of the Roses for you. My cheeks feel flushed. My stomach feels full. I feel like crying, but like crying of happiness. Ah! Okay. Your card is the Heart, number 22. All right. Number 22, the Heart. Making plans and finding answers with your heart is probably best at the moment. Listen to your heart, what you truly love, and shine that light on your day. Romance is indicated, and so are strong and sometimes volatile reactions, so watch out for yours and those of others. Again, try and silence your own mind and use your feelings to work through things. Maybe that's why I also couldn't remember the Cups. The heart does know what it wants, and it uses emotions to express this, so listen when it speaks. It can give and receive love at the same time, but there are not scales of measurement or score sheets to tally. Your question for exploration is, when was the last time you did something completely heart-focused? I mean, Pisces. It's all about the heart. Whatever you're doing, when you lead with love and light, when you do things, when you follow your heart, and all of your actions and your intentions are rooted in integrity and your genuineness. I always feel like that comes from your heart, from the center of your chest even, because that's what I feel. I don't want to cry. That's what I feel like people really are. Everybody at their core is, I feel like they are their heart. And I just really feel like this summer, especially because you have been through your first book, going into your second book, you're just going down the hill. You're claiming all the love, you're claiming all of your rewards. I want you to be proud of yourself. I think that's really what I want to tell you. But when was the last time that you did something that was completely heart-centered and came from your heart? And do that more often. Do those things more often. And that goes for everybody, but Pisces especially, man. I feel like all you gotta do, you don't have to do a damn thing, Pisces. Everybody loves you, and I know you love everybody. I know how loving Pisces are, and I think all you have to do, if there's like one thing that you take from this whole reading, is know that you have the power, and you are the strongest when you operate from your heart and you do things with love, and it's unconditional. And you don't do things, you don't offer help, you don't love expecting anything in return. And when you do that, it will always be returned to you tenfold, because you're doing it because it feels good. Yeah. Pisces, book 2, man. Book 2. I just want to say that, yeah, just hold on. You're going home. That's really what I want to say to you, Pisces. All right. If you enjoyed that reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Do all the fun things. I am going to link my PayPal in the description below if you would like to tip or donate. And if not, hey, that's okay, Pisces. You do you. I appreciate your love, regardless. Yeah. Oh, I feel it in my throat. All right. All right, Pisces. Well, I love you. I will see you next time for your next reading. And until then, take it easy. Go on down that hill. No resistance. Do everything with love.